Dr. Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know at this point if I should feel sorry for you. I'm sure you're proud of your family name. How do you feel getting mixed up in that mess?
It's been a week of a disaster, if you might say. I was very happy with my name. I've had it longer than he has. Obviously, I'm still here and he's not. But to be implicated or even the insinuation that I am the pedophile, it was really pretty awful what she did. And she clearly, when she did her word scramble backpedaling on CNN the other night, those were just blatant lies. It's ridiculous.
Would you take legal action against her?
I had considered it, but of course, with the law, you cannot, because the comments were made on in the Senate floor, so you can't sue based on the constitutional law.
What about what she said on CNN? We're given a chance to get it right.
She certainly didn't get it right. If anything, she lied even further because she never once said Jeffrey Epstein. She said Jeffrey Epstein. Clearly, she implied that Lee Zeldin, amongst others, had taken money from the pedophile. But let the record show that if you look in the filings, you also see that Jasmine Crockett took money from Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, I always feel sorry. I mean, I chose this life that I live to be in the public eye. But for people that don't choose it and they get smeared and slandered and besmirched, I've often given advice to friends that have gone through that. It's very hard on them. Has this been very hard on you?
It's been annoying. That's the best way I can say it. I've been inundated
You're
with...
very gracious.
A few too many texts, a few too many phone calls, people showing up at my home saying they're friends of mine. A reporter from the New York Post came by. It's just so silly. It's annoying, and that's what it was.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I was hoping this would go away already. I thought this would die down after a couple of days, but it just seems to keep going and going.
Did you donate to Jasmine Crockett? I read you might.
I did. I donated to Jasmine Crockett.
All right, that's political jiu-jitsu. Good play. Doctor, thank you, and keep up the great work you're doing every day.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. So in this segment from Fox News, we're going to watch Jesse Waters absolutely demolish Jessica Tarlov and also the Democrats as a whole, more specifically Jasmine Crockett, for lying on the congressional floor and making up stories, essentially, about who was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Absolutely epic. So let's not waste any time. Get straight into this video. But before we do, guys, hit the like button down below. It really helps the channel out. Let's get into it.
I mean, Jessica, are there any rules of decorum on the floor of Congress that preclude her from walking out there? I mean, to me, this deserves some sort of punishment of some form. I don't know, you know, in their ethics rules or whatever. She slandered this guy, and she said, "Oh, I just didn't have time to check it out. Sorry, no time to fact check."
So I live in abject fear, Jesse in less abject fear than I do, of defamation constantly, right? You go out here, you have this huge bully pulpit, right? This opportunity to talk to millions of people, and you better get your language right, especially when you were talking about a pedophile. That's why it has to be an alleged pedophile if someone hasn't been convicted of something. And if you're then talking about someone who may have been in cahoots with a sex trafficker and pedophile, you should also probably get that right. So I don't know about the rules on the floor about this. And, you know, there's been back and forth even this week within the Democratic Party about, you know, sanctioning or whatever the process would be for the retiring Democrat who gave his chief of staff his seat, you know, this... Anyway, I expected it was a mistake because clearly we're talking about that Jeffrey Epstein when you're making the case. If you're talking about the NRCC and Rick Lazio, like you're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't think that was well handled. This narrative, though, that the Dems are on defense and this is going to just turn into a problem for us, it just doesn't work. I thought Chris Murphy handled it really well this morning. He was on with John Berman, and John asked him, you know, well, what happens if you see more links between Jeffrey Epstein and the Democratic Party. And he goes, so what? Let the chips fall where they may. That is the point of this list coming out, that it's about giving closure to the survivors and the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and this cabal, and that there are some people who don't deserve to be in public life anymore. And you see what's going on with Larry Summers, and that, that's fast moving. And it's going to be a lot more people who are Washington folks and also Wall Street folks.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Summers has lost his connection to the things that he probably cares about the most next to his family. All these prestigious organizations, it's like Prince Andrew had to take, off his medals. The two of them have basically, suffered the same retribution in all of this. But Jesse, as Jessica's talking, I just keep thinking about the fact that if Democrats felt so strongly about this, they've had 4 years. They didn't pursue any of this.
It was because of the open investigation.
No, sure.
Okay, well, that's what Trump's going to use now, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
All your predictions are wrong.
That's not true.
It is. I'll take it from here. My
Every
staff
time.
did the research that her staff did, and we did it in less than 25 minutes. And Romney, Bush, the NRCC, WinRed, no one took Epstein money. It checks out. She's dumb. She knows her staff is dumb. That's why she gave herself an out. So she lied. And only in politics can you lie and get away with it. Actually, the better liar you are, the farther you go. Look at Schiff. He lied about Trump, and now he got a promotion to a senator. Look at Newsom, Clinton, all these. Blumenthal said he served in Vietnam. He never even been in the country, and he's still in the Senate. So they had what they thought Trump dead to rights, and now everyone's collateral damage. Stacey from the not-so-Virgin Islands. You have Hakeem soliciting cash and dinner invitations. You have Crockett now and Summers. And there's going to be more, and here's why, Jessica. Now they're putting out flight manifests in 30 days. They're putting out all of the FBI and DOJ investigative documentation. Now, Donald Trump cut him loose in 2004. All of this documentation that's going to come out is going to be from 2008, when the first charges were filed, to 2019, when the second charges were filed.
And
everything in
charge?
between that
And who was in charge?
decade, all he's doing, Jessica, is hanging out with Democrats. That's all he's doing. He's not donating to Republicans. He's not hanging out with Republicans. So it doesn't even matter if you guys did or did not get massages, did or did not hang out with sex trafficked minors. Doesn't even matter. The mere allegation that's going to come out in these documents is going to ruin people's lives.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, you pushed this.
Yep.
Trump was trying to be a gentleman, and he was going to say a lot of people's lives are going to be ruined. A lot of people will have their reputations destroyed from innuendo. And I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to happen. Now, you're right about J.P. Morgan. This is out, and it's huge. So J.P. Morgan filed 5,000 suspicious activity reports on Epstein. $1 billion in suspicious financial wires from Jeffrey Epstein. That either one or two things is true. He is either at the center of an international sexual blackmail ring, or he's a money launderer. And J.P. Morgan covered it up.
Or both.
And the Treasury Department's covered it up because they get those reports. That's what this has always been about, a sexual blackmail ring. And that's what I'd like to find out more about.
Yeah, we're going to stop it right there. Jesse is 100% correct. This is going to backfire on Democrats more than it's going to backfire on Republicans. It's going to backfire on both. It's going to basically expose both sides of the aisle. But the difference is that what Jesse articulated is the mere association with Jeffrey Epstein alone makes you guilty. And that's the reason why Jasmine Crockett felt the need to bring up all of these other Republicans that got money from a Jeffrey Epstein. And allegedly, she also got money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Both of us can play that game as well, right? And that was the best trolling I have ever seen from anybody. That was incredible from Dr. Jeffrey Epstein for doing that. Because that's the game that she's trying to play. And once again, this is going to backfire on them 100% because according to some records, 80 to 90% of Jeffrey Epstein's political donations went to Democrats. So it is going to expose some Democrats no matter what, even if they were getting massages or not. They set the standard that any association with Jeffrey Epstein whatsoever made you guilty because of the association alone. So that is going to be the biggest backfire ever on themselves. They set this up to have a gotcha moment for Donald Trump, but it ended up backfiring on them. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this video in the comment section. Leave your opinions down below. And of course, if you're brand new, consider and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.